Welcome to Finances And. If you're new to my channel, my name is Pfeffer-Hahn, and today I'm sharing information on compound interest, what it is, the benefits, and the dangers. Stick around to the end and see if you can answer the 3-question quiz that I have. Compound interest can be a double-edged sword in the world of finance. On the positive side, when you're saving or investing, it allows your money to grow over time at an accelerated rate as you earn interest, not just on your initial principal, but also on the interest you've already earned. This compounding effect can help you accumulate substantial wealth over the long term. However, on the downside, when you're dealing with loans or credit card debt, compound interest can work against you, causing your debt to balloon rapidly as interest accumulates on the outstanding balance, making it essential to manage your finances prudently to harness the benefits of compound interest, while avoiding its pitfalls when dealing with debt. Money makes money, and the money that money makes money. This quote describes compound interest. It means that not only the money that you have invested originally grows, but any interest that you earned will also grow. You can compare this to simple interest, where the money that you started with earns interest, but the additional growth is not invested back into the original amount, and so the interest earned does not grow. Morgan Housel, from his book The Psychology of Money: Timeless Lessons on Wealth, Greed, and Happiness, explains these two types of interest as, I've heard many people say the first time they saw a compound interest table or one of those stories about how much more you'd have in retirement if you began your savings in your 20s versus your 30s changed their life. But it probably didn't. What it likely did was surprise them, because the results intuitively don't seem right. Linear thinking is so much more intuitive than exponential thinking. If I ask you to calculate 8 plus 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 8 in your head, you could probably do that in a few seconds. It's 72. If I ask you to calculate 8 times 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 8, your head will explode. The answer is 134,217,278. Albert Einstein once said that compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Take a look at this. If you invest $10,000 and leave it for 30 years at 5% interest, you can see how it begins to grow. It's going to multiply the longer you leave it alone. At 5 years, you'll have $2,763. At 10 years, you'll have $6,289. At 15 years, $10,789. At 20 years, $16,853. At 25 years, it will have grown to $23,864. And at 30 years, it will have grown to $33,219. But it's not just the interest rate. It's also affected by how often the interest rate compounds as well. These blocks of times are called compounding periods. Saving and money market accounts often compound daily. Certificates of deposit compound daily or monthly, and treasury bonds compound every 6 months. Each of these 3 examples are benefits to you, while your loans compound monthly and credit cards compound daily. And that means that you'll owe much more than the accounts that pay you monthly or annually. This is proof that paying down debt should be a priority before trying to do a lot of saving. Warren Buffett says, "My wealth has come out of a combination of living in America, some lucky genes, and compound interest." You don't have to be Warren Buffett to create wealth if you use compound interest for your benefit. But how does time make such a difference? If you start saving $500 a month at an interest rate of 6%, how much would you have at age 67? For those who start at age 50, they'll have about $177,499. If you start in your 40s, you'll have $405,290. 35-year-old starters will have made $581,735 by age 67. 30-year-olds will have amassed $819,732. And anyone beginning their savings around age 25 will have $1,140,756 at age 67. This will include the $500 that you put away each month and the interest, which is compounding over the 12 months each year. And this is called the time value of money, and it really is the secret sauce in growing your wealth over the years. The wonderful thing is that it's available to everyone. Just like the interest on your credit card that will grow exponentially, so can your savings. But your savings isn't the fastest way to grow your money. Investing in bonds, stocks, and real estate can increase the amount of interest that you'll be able to earn over time. The reason that billionaires use these different investment vehicles is because even a little increase in interest will have a big change in how much you earn. Compound interest on debt was the banker's greatest invention to capture and enslave a productive society, said Albert Einstein. The reverse is also true. What you owe in interest will grow quickly over time as well. The more time you take to repay a loan, the more you'll owe. Just as saving your money will grow, the loan interest that causes your debt to grow as well. If you owe $20,000 with an interest rate of 5% that you repay over 5 years, you're going to owe an additional $2,645. But let's face it, if this debt is on a credit card, you'll probably be paying closer to 19% in interest. And that same $20,000 paid over 5 years is going to cost you an additional $11,128 in interest. And I ask you, is that small purchase worth the added 19% that you're going to have to pay on your credit cards monthly? This compounding interest is wonderful if you're a saver and a destroyer if you're a borrower, says John C. Bogle. I'd suggest that time is your friend and impulse is your enemy. Here are the 3 questions that you can answer. This is true or false. Compound interest is good for your bank account. Compound interest does not earn money on the interest you earned. And lastly, should you save or pay down your debt first? Tell me how you did in the comments below. This has been Kathy Pfeffer-Hahn. Please like and subscribe, as well as turn on the announcements so you get alerted each time a new video is posted. Until next week.